Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today we will be reviewing the August tray and telling you what I'll be focusing in on in September. So if that piques your interest, please stay tuned. Okay y'all, before we get started with the video, please subscribe, please like the video, please share it with someone, take a look at the other videos, see if I'm your cup of tea, okay? Alright, so before we really get started, let me introduce myself. My name's Roxanne and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you've been here before and you decided to come back, big up your whole self. I truly appreciate the love and support. Now, as always, let's talk about the lips. So today we just did a little bit of gloss and I am wearing a Fenty gloss and this is called Fuchsia Flex. So it was like one of their special edition ones. I've spoken about this before. It's like an easy, pretty gloss with a little bit of gold flecks in there. You probably can't see it on camera, but it's just pretty. It's easy. And then for my scent of the day, I haven't worn this in forever, and I can't remember who I saw talking about it, and I'm like, I need to dust this off, boy. So today I'm wearing Crystal Noir from the House of Versace, and this is the EDT formulation. So this one, what I get from it is like really the magnolia. I get a little bit of pepper in the opening, and then in the dry down I get some magnolia and a little bit of sandalwood. So it gives it like this creamy kind of and musk, because there's like a musky vibe to it too. So it gives me like this creamy kind of semi-sexy vibe. It's not like a I'm gonna hurt him sexy. It's just like a really understated fragrance. That's what it pulls on my skin anyway. So my scent of today is Versace's Crystal Noir, the EDT formulation. Okay, so let's do the August recap. All I gotta say is everybody was hitting in August. I think I pulled out like some fragrances that just did their thing. So real quickly, La Perla's Invisible Touch. Y'all, look at the dent. I killed this in August. It's so light, it's so airy. There's a slight sweetness, and it was just the girl for those hot theme park days. Also, this one, I dented it so much. I'm like, what? This is Clean Reserve Sparkling Sugar. This one too, it's like Your Skin or Better, but there's like this sweetness that just dances on the skin. So pretty, non-invasive. Again, it's been hot, y'all. I don't know where you live, but here in Florida, we've been hitting these 90 something degrees, and then, you know, with the heat index of 100, and I'm like, 100 and who? Anyways, these two, they were just like magical. The other one that was absolutely magical was Sunset Hour from the House of Goldfield and Banks. I wore this to work. I got compliments. It's just such a pretty, very light, easy to wear. I find this to be peach forward on my skin, so very nice too. The only Dolce & Gabbana light blue in my collection. I gave her a few wears, not as much as the first three that I spoken about, but she did her thing, you know, light, airy, refreshing. Ran errands with her, did her thing, no complaints. This one just pulls a little sweeter on my skin, which I absolutely enjoy. The others, I mean, any of the original or the flankers, I don't know, maybe it was just too much citrus, but this one did its thing on me. Then we had Mango Skin from the House of, what is this? Wilhelm Perfumery. Oh my gosh, it just gave me all the nostalgic vibes because I didn't go to Grenada this year for Carnival, so I was just missing all the mangoes, and this gave it to me. Listen, I put some serious dents in these fragrances this month. Also, one that I used a lot is this one here from the House of Jo Malone, Nectarine and Blossom. Another nice little dent. I used my fragrances. I absolutely dug into them this month. The others on my tray, Passe Soir from BDK. Y'all already know the quince. It's the quince for me. I love this fragrance. The quince, the black pepper. So refreshing. So unique. One of the most unique fragrances in my collection. Then Valentino Donna, Born in Roma, Yellow Dream. Yeah, I actually didn't really pull for the big sister this month. So hey, look at me. Yeah, wore Yellow Dream. Again, lighter, more refreshing, not too dense. The fragrance that I wore the least this month, and I only sprayed it one time, and just because I didn't really go anywhere too much to pull it out, and it was Psychedelic Love from the House of Initio. Now, if there was like a miss, this would be one, but I don't consider them as, I love this fragrance. Yeah, it's really, really different. So Psychedelic Love. And then the last two, this one was from the House of Bulgari, and this is Bachami, and I wore this one. It's so sweet, it's so seductive, it was like, quick little date evening, whatever. I pulled this out and yeah, enjoyed it. And last, but certainly not least, was this one from Bond Number 9, Governor's Island. Like, this one is one of the ones that's really underappreciated in my opinion. If you like I don't even know if the fragrance has musk in it. But to me, there's like a musky kind of dry down on the skin. If you like fragrances with that kind of vibe, I mean, you don't have to pay full price for the Bond fragrances. Like, the older ones like this one, Governor's Island, you could get this on a discount site. But this one did its thing for me in August too. So all in all, August was way better than July. Yeah, I wore my fragrances this month and I am so proud of myself. So let's get into September. Okay, so the first fragrance on the tray for the month of September is going to be this one right here. And this is Exalte from Fumi Monet. So Fumi Monet, if you don't already know, is a content creator here on, social media, Instagram, everywhere. And she created this fragrance. This is what I like to call like a spicy rose fragrance with a hint of vanilla. That's what pulls on my skin. So there's lemon, there's rose, there's pink pepper, there's sandalwood. This is a fragrance that for this month, I think that I'm going to wear this maybe to work. Something that can go from day to evening. So wear it to work and then maybe, give yourself a little boost up when you're about to leave work if you have an event or something. Because you know what? The sillage and the projection on this, beastly on my skin. Beastly, last eternally on me, and yeah, does get compliments. It's they're mixed reviews like everything else. Just fragrance is subjective, blah blah blah. You've heard that before, but yeah. So this is the first fragrance on my tray in the month of what month? September, and this is Exalte from Fumi Monet. What month? Okay, so next up, second fragrance on my list here on my tray is this one right here, and this one is called Liwa from the House of Whittian. This fragrance is a fragrance that I picked up when I was in Dubai earlier on this year, but it is available in the States. I didn't know that, y'all. I thought I was like, woo, finding something I could never find. Anyways, it's available on Lucky Scent. I think it's retailing for like $2.85 on Lucky Scent. So this fragrance right here is like an oriental blend to me. Let me spray some more on my little paper. It's an oriental blend of some white florals like jasmine. I get the jasmine. There's saffron in here. Saffron, I love saffron. And there's some oud. So what this fragrance puts me in the mind of, before I used to say like it smelled a little Baccarat-esque, but that's kind of like, yeah, so cliche. I love me some Baccarat, don't get me wrong. But for me, this smells like Initio's Oud for Greatness, but a little girlier, if that makes any sense. So if you've ever smelled Oud for Greatness and you like it, but you think, oh, it pulls too masculine, try to get your nose on this one. So yeah, that's what it gives me. There's white rose in here also. So yeah, oriental kind of vibe, but with like a sweet kind of oudy dry down. In terms of sillage and projection, on, like, I would say it's a little better than moderate, but in terms of longevity, lasts forever on my skin, 7+ hours. So, you know, since I haven't worn it in a minute and it's been sitting here since March, I said, let me pull her out. Let's see what she does, you know. And it's still hot out here in these Florida streets, so it's not like it's not like we're gonna have like, ooh, this big shift in weather. But yeah, I said let me pull her out and see what she does. So this is Liwa from the house of Widium, and like I said, you could find this on Lucky Scent because I saw it there. Okay, so next fragrance that I want to try to focus in on in the month of September is this one right here from the house of Byredo, and this is Casablanca Lily. So this is what I'm going to be calling my luxurious white floral of the month. Is it super luxurious? Yeah, it smells fairly luxurious, but the price is, this is like a 50 ml and it's pricey. I find it to be overpriced, but I enjoy it. So there's gardenia and there's tuberose with honey in the dry down. So what it really reminds me of every time I smell it, y'all remember Amarige from Givenchy? Yeah, so this is like the luxurious, more refined version of that fragrance. That's what I get on my skin. I used to wear Amarige all the time. It used to be my mom's, and then I used to, when I could afford it, I bought it myself. But yeah, that's what this gives me. Casablanca Lily from the house of Byredo. Sillage projection is moderate. It gives me about 5 hours on the skin. Typically, I've only worn this for fragrance maybe once or twice, so that's why I wanted to pull it out to see what it does. So it's been sitting there, so it's fully macerated. It's ready to go. It should be ready to go, but we'll see what it does. Yeah, so that's basically what this fragrance is. White florals and honey. So if you enjoy something that's sweet with a hint of like tuberose, etc., get your nose on this. It's everywhere. But like I said, it's a little overpriced for what you get. This is the luxurious version of Amarige from Givenchy. So again, this is Byredo's Casablanca Lily. Alright, next up is what I think is going to be like my cozy scent for the month. And this one right here is called Coffee Break, and this is from Maison Margiela. So Coffee Break to me is a really cozy, slightly lactonic, not super milky, just slightly lactonic coffee scent. The projection and the sillage it's low. It's not something that you put on and it goes out into the world. But it's just really comforting to me. So it's like, so there's a hint of sweetness with that vanilla. There's some tonka bean, I think, in here also. And there's that note of coffee, but the coffee isn't strong. Thank you, because I don't want to walk around smelling like Starbucks. That hint of coffee is all I need. Yeah, so this doesn't really last on my skin either. It probably gives me 3 to 4 hours. So that's why I'm thinking this is going to be my around the house, kind of maybe bedtime fragrance for this month. Yep. And, you know, we'll see what it does. I have a decent dent in it. It's changed color. The vanilla is a little dark, so it should be at its peak. All right. So let's see what Coffee Break does for the month of September. So once again, this is Coffee Break from the house of Maison Margiela. Next up up is a fragrance that I'm really excited to wear this month. I got it in May. I was gifted this fragrance in May, and I haven't really worn it too much, and I'm looking forward to wearing it. And the fragrance I speak of is this one from the House of the Harmonists, and this is called Moon Glory. Yeah, so Moon Glory to me is a very luxurious, intoxicating floral fragrance. There is ylang ylang in here, and I like the honey note, so I think I might be on a honey kick right now. Ylang ylang, honey, musk, very, very long lasting on my skin. The couple times that I've worn it, it's given me about 7 hours of wear. Very feminine, like I said, very intoxicating. It's luxurious. You know, you feel like somebody somebody important when you're wearing this one. Yeah, and the honey on the dry down isn't too heavy. It's not like the Scandal honey, like Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal honey. It's a little different. It's a little bit more refined. Like I said, super long lasting on my skin. Gives me about 7+ hours. So again, I'm looking forward to playing with it a little bit more, and also exploring this house a little bit more. I love the bottles, and I really don't hear too many people speaking about the house on a whole. Maybe a little bit here and there. So I really want to explore this house. So yep, Moon Glory from the Harmonists. It is on my September tray, hoping to bring me some September dreams. Okay, next up is a fragrance that I just need to give some love. I need to give this fragrance some more love because she's getting jealous. And this is the one right here. This is Valentino Donna, Born in Roma, but this is the Intense. So this is the last one that dropped in the line. And it, you know, it hit with some controversy. You know, I even did a video comparing the OG with this one. Now, I like this one. But as I've played with my collection, I absolutely prefer the original Donna Born in Roma. That one is easier to wear. This one, you kind of have to be in the mood and you have to kind of think it out. It's not like a grab and go for me. So, you know, it's the same kind of notes. There's bourbon vanilla, but I think the note structure is kind of switched up. I think this one opens with bourbon vanilla as opposed to the other one where the bourbon vanilla is in the dry down. And I think the benzoin in this is a little off-putting for some people. Especially when you have like something like the original Donna Born in Roma that is so loved. It's really hard to top it. So this one is like her older sister. Let me tell you, projection, longevity, sillage on 10. There's no complaints about the performance of this fragrance on my skin. I cannot complain. But I haven't been giving her much love. I was gifted this earlier. Was it last year or earlier this year? Either way, she's on the September tray and she's gonna get worn. Where am I gonna wear her? Not sure, but it's definitely gonna be in the evening. Now, if I wear this to work, if I decide to put this on to go to work, I'm gonna spray lightly because it can, you know, it can be a little bit strong. Yeah, and probably better suited for cooler weather, but like I always say, in Florida here, I'll be waiting forever to wear some of these fragrances. So I'm pulling her out. I'm pulling her out right now. And I'm going to enjoy her. So this is Valentino Donna, Born in Roma, but this is the Intense formulation. Okay, so next on my tray, and I pre-opened it because I struggle with these, is this one right here. This is Whispers of Truth from the House of Sillage. The bottle though, y'all. The bottle. These bottles get me every time, these cupcakes. So this fragrance right here, if you haven't smelled it before, to me it's like a light fruity floral. It has like a very bright opening with citruses in the opening. But then it quickly, the bright opening doesn't last too long on my skin. It quickly moves into the floral notes, which are like jasmine and rose. And in the base there's some vanilla. Now, not vanilla. I smell vanilla, but there's no vanilla listed in this fragrance as notes. What I do pick up some vanilla, but the sweetness that I'm really getting is probably that caramel that's in the notes, in the base of the fragrance. The sillage, projection, all that jazz is moderate for me. I get about 5 hours on this skin. It's a fragrance that this month I'm probably just gonna wear it maybe to work. It could be like a nice everyday kind of vibe because it's not too loud. It doesn't take over the space, but people know you're there. So it's not like a big huge compliment, you know, magnet or anything like that. It's just like a really pretty a very pretty fragrance that you feel really feminine. And of course the bottle is everything. Don't buy this full price ever. They always have it on sale, so just look for the sale. People say it smells a little like Baccarat. Before I was one of those people, but as the fragrance kind of like settled into my collection, I don't get it. I don't get it anymore, y'all. I just don't get it. But yep, this is Whispers of Truth from the House of Sillage, and we'll see what she does in the month of September. Next up, I have a fragrance from the House of Tocca, and this one is Stella. I love this fragrance. It's one of those really effortless fragrances. So it's like a pretty citrus forward fragrance. I mean, and I can still get away with all these citruses, etc., because I do live in Florida, so it still will perform. Now, there's blood orange in here. What else? The watery florals like lily and freesia keeps the fragrance a little, you know, light and airy. So it wears to me, on me, it wears closer to my skin, and I'm okay with that because it's just such a pleasant fragrance. This is definitely a run errands, maybe go to bed, just around the house kind of fragrance for me, or anytime, because it's uplifting also. It makes me happy. It's just that type of fragrance. So if you don't want to do too much, you want to smell effortlessly pretty, Stella is your girl. And she's quite affordable. And you could find her, you could get your nose on it at Sephora. So yep, that's another one that's going to be a nice, easy reach. Ooh, I didn't realize this was so dented. Yes. You're going to learn today, girl, because you're going to get some more denting in here. So this is Stella from the House of Tocca. Okay, so next fragrance is from the House of Amouage, and I decided to put Overture Woman on my September tray. I might be jumping the gun a little bit here, but I just want to wear it. Give it an extra spray. This is like a very warm and spicy fragrance with like a timeless, it's like a timeless elegance that I get from this, you know, with some sophistication and definitely some sexiness. So it's like a timeless, elegant, sophisticated, sexy fragrance. Oh my goodness. So there's saffron, there's myrrh, that saffron. Y'all know I love me some saffron. So I got a few saffrons in here now that I think about it. So there's saffron, myrrh, cinnamon, and leather. I don't get the leather on my skin. If it's there, it's kind of like in the background. More like a suede kind of vibe, not like a new purse leather or anything like that, because I can't really get with fragrances like that. The sillage, the projection, forever, gives me about 8+ hours on the skin. Definitely a date night kind of vibe, you know, hanging out with whomever, but an evening fragrance for me at this time of the year based on my geography. But yeah, I love this fragrance. You have to be into something that's spicy. You know, this fragrance can wear you. You got to be able to pull it off. It's not a fragrance that, you know, you would pull for on an everyday kind of basis. But that's just me. You know, you wear your fragrances when you want, how you want. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. But I want to give this fragrance some love because to me, it is a stunning fragrance. What does it remind me of? Nothing really. I can't say that everything with saffron reminds me of Oud for Greatness or Baccarat. No, I can't say that. But yeah. And you know, Amouage is not a house that you should be blind buying. They're everywhere now. Like you could go into Neiman Marcus if there's a Neiman in your city, town, or whatever, and get samples. But yeah, Amouage Overture, definitely for the lady that's sophisticated, sexy, a little mysterious. So that's what I'm gonna pretend to be when I put this on. Okay, Overture from the House of Amouage on the September tray. Okay, last but not least is one from the House of Chanel. I'm going to have Gabrielle Chanel Essence on my tray. Oh gosh, let me give it a little spray. I have neglected this fragrance, honestly. I think I featured it in like my bridal one. But this is such a pretty fragrance. Totally different from anything that Chanel has. So if you're afraid of Chanel, this is like a nice gateway. So this one is another citrus kind of floral scent. It's slightly green because there's some petitgreen, but it's not super green because I don't really dig super green fragrances. So there's peach, petitgreen, there's the white florals. The white florals are not heavy in this one. And there's a touch of coconut and vanilla. Thankfully, the coconut is not doing too much on my skin. The vanilla pulls out a lot more. In terms of sillage, projection, I would say low to moderate. It depends. For me, it's fairly low. Wears closer to my skin, but it's a very pretty, feminine scent bubble that I'm in. For this, I'll definitely wear this to work. Again, errands. So yeah, it'll fall into the category with Toka and maybe Whispers of Truth. Yeah, just those kind of to me, I'm gonna use them as like nice everyday fragrances to do whatever I do. But yeah, I enjoy this fragrance. I don't know why. I know why it's neglected. I have too many. But yeah, she's coming on the tray so that she'll get some wear in the month of September. Definitely, for sure. Okay, y'all, so this brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing and go ahead and hit that notification bell while you're down there. Also, please consider following me on Instagram. We're going to pop the handle up there. Remember, in this world, we can be whatever we want to be. It just takes hard work and perseverance. But while we're persevering, while we're working hard, let's smell fabulous. All right, y'all. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.